Hey everyone, Mike Wendelin here, going to give you a quick tutorial on some simple steel band grooves for drum set. If you are new to drum set, this tutorial is for you. I'm going to give you the super basic idea of how to get started on these grooves with the right feel so that even a total beginner can play drum set with a steel band. So, I'm right-handed, so generally the right foot is on the bass drum and the right hand is crossed over to the hi-hat. I've got my left foot clamped down. Just leave it there for now. Clamp it down so your hi-hat makes a nice tight sound. For the soca, we're going to keep the bass drum on 1, 2, 1, 2. So you can just start with that. We add our hi-hat on eighth notes. So that is your first checkpoint. Can you do that? If not, practice that a little bit and work on it till you can. So we're talking 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Awesome. Now, once you got that going, then switch to working on both hands together. They're going to do something like this. 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and. So once again, you've got now right and left. Your left hand's on the snare. You're going to go 1 and a 2 and. So your hi-hat is going to stay steady. 1 and 2 and. And when you're comfortable, you start putting the left hand snare drum in there. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So you end up thinking right, right, left, right, both. Right, right, left, right, both. So once you've got that going with your two hands, we're going to add that foot back in there. So 1 and 2 and 1. And there's no problem if you want to start slow. 1 and 2. Or even leave out that bass drum for a minute, then put one of them in there. Right? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Yes, and as you get better, you want to speed it up a little bit. 1 and 2. And I'd say it's worth practicing starting it all together when you get better at things. A lot of times folks will want to start with one thing and then add the next thing. And once that's steady, then maybe add the bass drum. And that's a great way to get started. That's a great way to get the coordination between these hands and feet going. But once you start moving, you want to try to work on starting it all together like you'll need to do with the band. 1. All right, and now the last step to get it to really sound a little bit more authentic to the Caribbean style, you want to get some of your left foot in on the action. So your left foot is on the hi-hat pedal, and as it loosens up, you get a little bit more with the cymbals, right? So you want to loosen it up just a little bit to make it, instead of tight, to be a little bit looser, like that. So I've only let up just a tiny bit, so it's almost like my toe just came up just a little bit on the pedal. You can practice that at first, just getting used to. And what you're going for is tight, loose, tight, loose. So 1 and 2 and. So you can play with that a little bit and start to get your foot happening. And really what you want to do then to add it all into the soca is not that hard because your feet are going to do the same thing. Your bass drum's already going 1, 2, 1, 2. And so really that's what your left foot is going to do as well. 1 and 2. You can watch the hi-hat even open a little bit. And 2 and 1. So it wants to close right there on the beat with the hi-hat. So you can even then try with your feet going, just going boom, both feet. You're going to add that hi-hat in and start to get that sound that you're looking for. Where on 1, it's nice and tight, and then on the and, it has a little bit of looseness. And that'll start to automatically happen if your feet are synced up. If you're not getting enough, try to get off of that pedal a little bit earlier. 1 and 2 and 1. That is the idea. Then you can put your left hand back in once that whole thing is happening. Now you have your full soca. Let's put it into the context a little bit. Awesome. So, best of luck on your soca drum set endeavors. And don't worry if you can't do all the little fancy fills and stuff in between. If the band has a steady groove that feels right, you will be off to the races, as they say. Good luck. Enjoy. All right, everybody. For part 2 of the drum set series, Calypso on drum set. Like many of these styles, the soca and the calypso, you'll hear a lot of different versions in different recordings. You'll hear different drummers doing different things, but this is just a sort of a primer. Like, if I'm going to play calypso with my band, what do I play on the drum set to get started? So here we go. The calypso is a little bit trickier than soca, so I recommend that you having the soca going before you work on the calypso, or, start with soca, I guess. The calypso groove sounds like this all together. So, we've got kind of a 1E and a 2E and a thing going on the hi-hat. Just a right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. If you're left-handed, you could start with the left, but generally you'll see right hand to start. And if you're comfortable, you already maybe hear me go 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a. I'm putting a little bit of extra accent on that and. But at first, if you don't need to worry about that, you just 1E and a 2E and a. And then basically all we're doing is adding the bass drum to 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a. So we're on the 1 and the of 1. 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a 1E. So step 1 is absolutely syncing up your 1E and a 2E and a on the hi-hat with that bass drum, putting it precisely on that 1E and a 2E and a. Has that syncopation in the calypso. 1E. So that is step 1. Step 2 is to make sure you start getting that accent going a little bit on the hi-hat. So once everything is feeling comfortable between the bass and the hi-hat, you can see me laying into the hi-hat a little bit stronger. Maybe the main strokes are a little bit more of the tip of the stick. And then you'll hear me actually use the shoulder of the stick to get the accent a little bit stronger. So you can practice that. One way to make it happen is my hand drops just a little bit, my wrist drops just a little bit to get that angle on the stick. And that's a great way to get that accent on the hi-hat going. So add that all in with the bass drum. 1, 2, ready, go. So that will give you a pretty good calypso sound. Now, the next concept will sort of take it to the next level, and it's a little bit more tricky, but here goes. We're going to add that hi-hat opening with the left foot, all right? So far in the calypso, we haven't talked about the left foot really, except just to hold it closed. So we're going to try to get that same thing we did on the soca, where we have 1 and 2 and 1. And have the sizzle of the hi-hat, or the hi-hat loosening on the and. Right? But now we're playing 1E and a 2E and, so that sizzle happens like this, 1E and a 2E and. So I'm still opening on the and, 1E and 2E and a 1E and 2E and. But because I'm adding the accent, it kind of gives it that sort of famous calypso sound. Yeah, Yeah, and again, since we're sort of now talking about a little bit more advanced concept, you can kind of hear, sometimes you hear the 1 E and a 2 E and sometimes you kind of hear 1 E and a 2 E and the and are both a little bit accented. I think the main point of this is what your foot is doing, the main crux. So again, you want to have the foot close on the beat to kind of stop the previous sizzle. So together, the feet will sound like, right, 1, here we go, 1, 2, ready, so 1, So you have 1 knee and with the bass, 1 knee and you still have 1, 2, 1, 2 on the hi-hat closing. So I think that idea of going is a great practice step on our calypso. So you could think of it as both right left, both right left. That'd be a way to think about this coordination. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So then as you add the hands back in, keeping everything really the same on the feet. You get the whole calypso groove. At first, you're probably opening this too much. That's a normal thing for a new person to be opening the hi-hat too much, and you'll probably get something like... You're on the right track. You just got to bring that down so that it's not opening so much. The way I think about it is I'm almost like, it's like my toe is just really relaxing a little bit on the hi-hat. It's not like my foot comes up. It's not at all like the bass drum where the whole foot is slamming down. It's very much a lighter touch thing. So again, you can take that just by itself to practice just the toe and how the feel of the hi-hat. You almost just see my toe pull up just a little bit. That's kind of what it looks like. So again, one more time, all together, that calypso groove. 1, 2, ready, yeah. Good luck out there.